Purple Poo Experiment, the results are in. So I saw a change in the poo colour. There was a slight purple tinge within 26 hours of me ingesting the beetroot juice. So there you go. What's interesting, it's really interesting to point out, when I eat vegan with no grains, the time taken for that to work through my system and my bowels is much shorter. Like, I'm talking like 50% less time it takes to work through my bowels. I'm due to start cycle 3 in 2 days, so I've had a bit more things, like I've had more fish this week, and I've had some oats and things, just because my weight drops off in the first week because my appetite's gone and my tongue, the taste buds are all different, and this lots of the healthy things, basically anything is impacted in terms of taste. So the amount of foods that I can eat in the first week, in terms of choice, massively shortened just because of what the drugs do to my system. So yeah, so with more meat, more grains, you know, my bowels are taking twice as long to be able to move all that stuff through my body. So that maybe gives you something to think about in the future. I'll talk about what I'm going to do with my diet moving forward once I start getting towards the back end of my 4th cycle, and I'll be doing another bowel reset, bowel, liver and organ reset, just to get all the drugs completely out my system as quick as possible. And then I'm going to move into maintenance mode, which is going to have a mix of fasting days, vegan days, and various other bits and pieces. So I'll talk to you about that then. So that's the Purple Poo Experiment. I also wanted to share with you some stoma stuff. I realised, right, okay, let's be honest, looking at poo, if you get poo in your hands and smelling it, it's just shit. Literally. Hats off to nurses who have to deal with it on a daily basis, and that's dealing with other people's excrement, not even their own. So what I found was, because I'm still getting used to having a stoma bag and I'm still having to monitor it regularly, especially on chemo, because if you get really bad diarrhea, you need to phone the cancer ward, because it's a warning sign that something's not quite right. And you can actually, some of the drugs make you constipated. Through the cycles, I've had both ends, runny and really solid, and I've just had to learn to deal with it and try and vary my diet depending on what's coming out. But anyway, I can't believe I'm talking about all of this stuff to you. I realised that whenever I was looking at my stoma, or when I was changing the bags or emptying it, it still kind of disgusts me, and I was screwing my face up and like getting really tight around the face, the neck, the traps, and I just was basically that disgusted, which is fine, but I was doing it like 20 times a day, and I was just finding that the whole experience, although minute, was causing a small amount of stress, which I was internalising, and it was actually changing my physicality with my facial expression and the neck and the jaw muscles and stuff. So I realised this a couple of weeks ago. So when I put my latest stoma order in, I asked them if they had any non-clear bags, so now that I'm getting more into a rhythm, and I know if it's runny or if it's the opposite end of the scale. So it means that I can, oh, I think somebody's come in. It means that I don't need to be able to look at it all the time. So my order arrived today. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Look at this. It's the small things. Oh no. Get the kicks off. Look. I don't need to look at it anymore. So you can see there's like there's a little bump here. So I don't know if that's, I think it's done a little poo. So I'm so happy. I'm only gonna have to look at the poo when I empty the bag, or when I change it. So stress completely removed. Amazing. So happy. And also I just thought I would share, it was one of those things, I know because I'm a stoma patient. Yes, I still haven't figured out the name of what we are called. I will do that for you in the next video, promise. Now I've talked about stoma size, so mine's is 3.5 centimetres in terms of the size of the hole. Oh, I think I need to go because the window cleaner needs to come in. I'll speak to you tomorrow.